Good morning, traders. Welcome back to the morning FX Presso. Basically, a forecast that happens every single day. And today we're going to be going over gold, the 14th of October. Are we buying or are we selling? So, once again, if you're new to the channel, please do give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to drop a comment down below. Let's get straight into it. The key levels on on gold and see exactly what are the key levels on the market today that you could potentially watch out for and where can you potentially sell or buy from. Let's get straight into it. Now on the 4 hour time frame, start on a daily. On the daily, you can see the previous day was a nice bullish candle. So clear bullish candle over there. Clear instruction that buy momentum. It already happened, but there's rejection on top. Now that shouldn't scare you because there's still potential. This can fulfill that week. It's still open. It's still 12 hours for this candle to close. So, or it could actually just run off and come back to these supports right here. So let's go on to the 4 hour time frame, and this 4 hour time frame I'm going to start using to spot some levels in the market. The first thing that's very clear to me are these levels right here, and we're going to round them off to a rounded number. So we're going to put it at 60. Alrighty, so that's a clear area that we can see that market could potentially comes back down towards here, and then from this area change the structure and market starts buying higher. Okay, guys, that's the first key area. The second key area I can spot up is the high right now. It just created over here. We have just created a high, and I'm going to round it off as well. It's very good to round these numbers off, so you have psychological areas in the market that we can watch. So now we have 2 points already. We could also watch out that if market decides to break above this area retest, we could get a buy higher from this, creating new highs again. However, I'm going to look for a buy around this area. However, if market also does break below, we could have a sell-off like that. So now let's break this further down on a 1 hour 30-minute time frame, and let's see what is happening over here. On the 1 hour time frame, we can get a bit of a better understanding, a better look into what is happening. And right now we can see on the 1 hour we just created beautiful supports right over here. So the key clean area that we have over here on a 30-minute as well, we're able to see it. But when we go further down, we can see right here we have these supports as well. So this is clean area as well that we have where market haven't yet tested. So however, we can see market respecting right here. That's a clean area for market to move up into. Thinking from this point to here, we can see a clean area from here to here gives us a clean 55 clean pips right here. Clean, easy moved up for gold. It makes it clean, a clean move. Again, to sell it down, I wouldn't want to sell it down because there's a support here, and if it does break below, it wouldn't give a the best of a move, right? It's 20. I wouldn't go for that. However, from this point in time all the up, it gives me a better area to buy from. So my key areas I'm watching out is right here. That's a good area for market to actually show the buys from. So what I'm looking for is that market does something like this, and then we go up. So on the lower time frame, we can maybe look for something on the lower time frame, like a 30-minute time frame, and we can able to actually draw this a bit more cleaner and be able to use that as reference points to make better decisions. So right here we can see that we have the resistance as well over here. So what I'm looking is if you want to get that clean buys, then I would want to say, look, wait for structures to clear like that, and then that's a good area for a buy from. However, on the other end, we could potentially also see that market actually just fails this area, then moves back lower. So my key pair is for gold right now. I would want to say that looking at the daily time frame, I am more bullish. However, what I would do is on the 4 hour time frame, looking at it on the 4 hour time frame, this is a very key area, this key area, this key area. So around these areas, this is where I would look for potentially buys or from. So I would rather go for a buy from here or go for a buy over here or I'll go for a buy on this area. So watching for these areas as clear buy areas for the market to buy from. However, we want to be mindful if you're going to be swinging, day trading or scalping. So if you're going a scalping method, you have to be on like a 5 minute, 15 minute and watch the structure on this area to see how the structure change because you want a clean structure. So what I would want right now is since market is respecting a nice clear pullback and then I could get in for a buy higher. And the fact that market just broke above these highs as well these here, so we have lows, create equal lows of here, and then created a high low and then higher high above these, high low, and now we're pushing up. So I know a lot of people are going to look at this as a area to solo from. Personally, I'm not going to. I just want to see that. Look, if I want to sell, I would have to sell below this area, which is the 4 hour. I would want to have to sell below that. Like I cannot sell here. You know what I mean? For me, I don't feel comfortable with it. I would want to sell below a clean support. So actually even be this area would be a nice support for me. For now, I still want to be bullish because gold has been bullish and we know it might be at highs, but you're thinking, okay, it can stop right here. I'm not saying it can't sell, but honestly, if you want to scalp lower down, then the best thing to do is on probably on a 30 minute to 50 minute, look that these structures are respected. So let's keep in mind, Mm. let's see if structures on these area are broken and then go down and then we can look for small scalps, but it's not worth really for me personally to scalp down. Whereas in the buys, the major trend has been bullish, so I would want to continue with the bullish momentum. So for right now, I would say still bullish momentum, still looking for the buys higher into this high right here. And that is my analysis and forecast for gold today. We can have a look at a few other markets. Let's look at US 30 to see exactly what is happening in US 30. Um, this is going to use 30. Okay, so daily time frame. Start off with daily time frame. You can see, okay, yes, it was a bullish candle. However, massive bearish momentum. Can this thing continue the bearish momentum we're having over here? We can see already market pulled up was a retracement and now running off again. Now, what we want to do is just put on some key areas. We can see like here we can have these areas as a nice support. There we go. But actually, if you look to the side, this is much more better. So this was just a fake out. So you can see that this is a much more clean area over here. Multiple rejections for resistance as support comes back, fakes out back up. So honestly speaking, that's a great area. That's why market faked out, came back, and now coming back down. Now, I'm not saying that market is just going to respect over here, but one thing you want to keep in mind as well is that you can see that these are clean areas of resistance right here. And market just created a resistance right now. So with that being said, we're actually technically kind of in a resistance, a little bit of a range from year to year. So we have a bit of a range. The best thing to do is honestly is to wait that these ranges are completed, meaning we break completely out from here, then we get in the trade down, or we get in the break above this one, and then we get a trade back up. So this is on the 4 hour time frame. There's a lot of movements that can happen for a day trading on a lower time frame. So if we go down the low time frame, 30 minute, and start looking into the more structures on these times, we can start seeing, okay, what exactly is happening on this time frames. You can see right here we have a support right here, a nice clean AOI over here as well. Now, since market's rejecting, can this actually be a point in time we have a pullback, right? And then a continuation down like this. Can that happen? It can possibly. The only thing is, remember, guys, you're gonna have to use this key levels to your advantage. Right now, all I'm giving you is the main key levels of where can we be buying, where can you be selling, what are the points in the markets you want to be watching out for. So right now, you can see we have this year and year. These are key areas you want to watch out for in the market because what could potentially happen is that we can want to see market breakdown come from this area, then buy. We can see market want to break below, retest, and then sell. That's also area. At the same time, we can see market just respect this and buy up, or market breaks below and then sells off from you. It's all possibilities. Right now we are at a key area. We have bought here, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't go up. Looking at this momentum right here, I do think we can actually break below this area, then run back towards here, and then from here I think we can look for a buy back up. That is my understanding. However, if it does show impulsiveness breakthroughs from here, then from this area I'm looking for a push lower. Okay, guys, that is what I would look for. Now, with easiness, guys, the best thing you could want to do is just run up a simple trend line like this. This is very easy to do. Just draw a trend line like as simple like this, and now you can see the momentum is to the downside. It's literally to the downside on the 4 hour time frame, and this is a little bit of a support, right? That's why I say I wouldn't want to buy here. Actually, it's a little bit of a support, and I'm thinking to myself, look, honestly speaking, we can get that push lower and then run down, and then maybe from here, but let's rather look for this. This is the best thing I could wait for. This. That's a structure I would rather want to go for US30 for the day. Is that continuation to the downside over here. Even though the weekly candle, looking at is kind of still bullish, but the previous week was bearish. So we get a continuation from the weekly bearish candle of last week to the downside. And that's why I have this understanding right now is that we can see the continuation to the downside for sells. Hope you guys enjoyed this again from the morning FX Presso, where we looking, are we buying or selling and forecasting on the market on US30 as well as gold. With that being said, traders, if you haven't yet subscribed, please do click the subscribe, like this video, drop a comment down below. With that being said, if you're looking for a broker with tight spreads, then click the link in my bio. I have a broker that is with tight spreads as well as has Islamic accounts for all the Muslims as well who want to trade with Islamic accounts. Click the link in my bio. And for traders who are trading prop firms who want a discount, there's 30% off. I don't know how long this is in the last, but 30% off on your purchase at Commit Capital. The link's in my description. Get your prop firm right now with 30% off using TFE 30 at the purchase, the checkout when you're purchasing your next account. With that being said, traders, your mentor Shakil Samai signing out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers, traders.